How can I help you today, friend?
How you doing, Baker?
You asking about business or just in general?
Well, maybe I'll buy something. But I simply wanted to talk with you.
Well, I suppose, but you can't be surprised I'm so cautious. These days, people are quite wary of foreigners who just want to chat.
I suppose that has something to do with the Hungarian army.
Exactly. Now everybody watches their tongue and their supplies because of them. They eat everything up and break the rest. It's been a bit quiet lately, but that won't bring the dead back to life.
Do you need help with anything? I'm looking for work.
I don't. But if you're not afraid of hard labour, try asking at the mill. The miller always needs help. Anyway, old Marchal's got other things to grind besides flour at the moment.
What do you mean?
Rumour has it some strumpet shacked up with him, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of him since.
Keeping his nose to a different grindstone, then?
You could say that. As they say, if you want to see an old man act the fool, give him a young woman.
How do I get to the mill?
Head southwest till you reach the river. Then follow it upstream. It's a huge mill in the middle of nowhere. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
You hear me? Let me out! Open the door, please! Oh my God, thank you! That lunatic said he was fetching an axe. You have to help me.
Wait, slow down. Who are you?
Can't you see? I'm from the mill. I'm the miller's wife. The miller, that old beast. He's always been nasty to me, but now he started beating me too. So I said I was leaving him.
And he locked you up?
He said the only place I'd be going would be 6 feet under.
Damn, that's terrible.
Please, talk to him. He'll listen to a proper man. I'm too scared of him.
All right, I will. Where can I find him?
There's a shed behind the mill with wood in it. He must have gone there to get the axe.
Stay here. I'll go and look for him.
Thank you. And be careful.
No one here. I hope I didn't miss him. I have to get back.
Hey! What are you doing there? Come here! I reckon you're just who we're looking for. What are you doing here?
I'm looking for the brute who's been beating his wife. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miller?
What the fuck?
Hold on. Let the young fella talk. You know what happened here?
I know enough for you to arrest this violent thug. If I hadn't helped that poor woman he locked up, she'd have lost her mind by now.
I told you so! He let her go! You idiot! That woman was stealing from my mill. I locked her in there so I could go and find a guard. What did you have to get involved for?
But she said he was beating her. That he wanted to kill her, and God knows what else.
That fuck I did. I caught her rummaging through my chest. She was a fucking thief.
Well, that was easier than I expected. The wicked girl got away, and the young man here. So, either you pay for what she stole, or I'll personally clap you in the stocks.
Hey, hold on. Wait. Do you mean to say that helping someone, out of ignorance, granted, but in good faith, is what...
Well, I suppose...
Good faith or not, it's your fault.
Well, perhaps one day, when you yourself are in trouble, you'll need someone like me to come along and help you.
I don't give a shit. She took all my money.
Just wait a moment.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me that little prick's talked you round.
She used him, just as she used you.
So she's going to get away with it, all because she knows how to twist fellas around her finger.
Don't worry, I'll catch her. I know what she looks like. I'll ask around the village. Maybe someone's seen her. She can't have got far. The laddie is right. He only wanted to help.
And what the hell am I supposed to do now?
Stay here in case she shows...
Kurva.
As for you, you may have got off this time, but in future, think with your head and not farewell.
Fucking bitch. A man treats her like his own, and she repays him like this.
Give it a taste. Good afternoon, sir.
What are you doing here, Goodman?
What does it look like? I'm handing out wine from my vineyard.
You're giving it away for free.
My vineyard is new, and the folks in this town are damn stubborn. So I figured I'd pour a cask or two into them, and maybe they'd get a taste for it. What about your good self? Would you like to try it?
Free wine? I'd be a fool to say no to that.
My thoughts exactly, Goodman. Here you are. To your health. I'm curious what you'll think of it.
Well, it's not the best wine I've ever had, but it'd do at a pinch.
Forgive me, Goodman, but say no more. In VINO VIRILITAS, and the truth in my wine is that I'm a fool, an idiot whose wife is cuckolding him, whose children can't stand him, and even the dog pisses, and my wine tastes like dog piss as well. If it wasn't for those fucking monks selling their wine everywhere they can, I might have a chance. But not like this.
Is there anything I could do to help you?
With the dog pissing in my boots? Well, not sure. Piss in my boots again the next morning.
I meant your business troubles.
Oh, I see. Maybe you could. If you're not from around here, that is.
No, I'm not.
Allow me to introduce myself. Caspar Rudolph, vineyard owner and a not very successful wine seller.
I'm Henry.
Maybe you could help me, Henry. I'm looking for someone who's not well known in Kuttenberg. Someone who can pretend to be someone else, if you know what I mean.
Sure, why not? If all you need is someone folk won't recognize.
The monks in Setlet's monastery make excellent wine. They call it the monastery secret. People can't get enough of it, and I can't figure out what their secret is.
Right, I understand what you want from me. But if it's a secret, it won't be easy.
No, it won't. But don't worry, I have a plan. The custodian of the monastery vineyard has a relative in town, an innkeeper called Havel. And this Havel is a real know-it-all. If you were to pose as a sommelier who's just come back from abroad, I'm sure he'd be happy to talk to you, and maybe he'll reveal something.
That won't be a problem. I've drunk so much wine I know all about it.
Excellent. But I also have this clever book all about wine by Bushek of Velhatitsen. I'm sure you'll learn a thing or two from it.
book might come in handy. Can I borrow it?
When I said I have it, that wasn't, entirely accurate.
What's the truth then?
The book belongs to me, but I lent it to someone, and she hasn't given it back yet. Miss Adleta Manlica should have it. I lent it to her during our... which has come to an end.
Didn't you say you're married?
What has that to do with anything?
Oh, I'm sure your wife wouldn't mind if you asked an old girlfriend to return a book you lent her.
Oh dear. Adleta used to have rather more friends than might be expected of a respectable young woman. But her family's patience ran out, so they arranged her marriage and put an end to her dalliances. Since then, Adleta has been confined to her room and guarded like the crown jewels.
And you want me to break in?
Well, yes. Master Swordsmith Manlicha has a house in Lethlilskar Street. Adleta is either locked in her room or walks in the garden. The Manlichas don't want any...
It doesn't matter. I'll find a way to get the book back.
Great! Any more questions?
Do you have any idea what this secret might be?
They're monks, so it could be anything.
Do you really think Havel would just tell me the secret? You don't even know if he actually knows it. Or it might just be a rumor.
Havel really is a bit thick. Either the monks have a secret and Havel will tell you, or...
I'll get right on it then.
Excellent. And don't forget, making an impression is the main thing. You look like you can handle it. Good luck. Take care, friend.
People, show mercy. Do a good deed, and God will repay you 100 times over.
You have no business being here, good man. Go away. Miss Adleta does not wish to be disturbed. Kindly go away. Grüß dich. Was wünscht...
I'd like to go into the gardens.
I'm afraid my sister is resting in the gardens and doesn't wish to be disturbed.
That's a very fine sword you have, Goodman.
And so it should be. It was made by my father.
Well, you can tell it's perfectly balanced at first glance. I may not be able to see the blade.
It seems you know your stuff.
I'm an apprentice swordsmith.
For someone from Kuttenberg? I'm surprised.
No, my master is Martin Menschy from Prague. We're just traveling north. My master wants to deliver a piece in person.
You don't say. Master Menschy is in Kuttenberg? Do you think I could talk to him? I admire his work, and so does my father.
Of course. Come to the Hangman's Halter Tavern. My master will be pleased to have company.
Thanks. If you want to enter the gardens, go ahead.
Don't worry. I'll give you my word as a...
Bis bald, mein Herr.
I'm sorry.
Charcoal, shiny charcoal, sorted and weighed, fair prices, fine ware.
Pavel, the owner of the local inn, I assume?
That I am. How can I help you?
When I asked where I should go in this city for good wine, your inn was recommended.
You've come to the right place. You won't find better wine in this city.
Very far, Goodman. I'm Henry, and I rarely hear my name spoken in my native tongue.
Mine has an unusual ingredient in it. Let's see if you can...
I travelled around France.
Wonderful. It's not often I get the chance to talk to someone so well-traveled. It'd be nice to have someone to discuss...
An invitation I can't refuse. Thank you.
Well, good man, how shall we begin our tasting? Ah, I know. How about a little white to begin with?
Excellent.
So, what do you say to that?
Hints of vanilla. That's uncommon.
You're right. A rare flavor and color tone. It's essentially a lighter wine. I like it because it's suitable for many occasions. When I don't know what to serve, I pull out a Moravian white. My father-in-law loves it. He'll be a blessed 70 years old this year, so I'm giving him a few casks.
That's very kind of you.
There's nothing but misers in this town. They wouldn't think twice about taking their own mother's last piece of bread. I'm not like that. Do I have money? Of course.
And you're treating me to this wine. You're a real Samaritan, like it says in the Bible.
Anyway, let's have a cup.
My thoughts exactly.
What shall we... How about a young Blaufränkisch from Austria? Or as we call it in...
From you, Goodman.
Quite a decent vintage.
A bit bitter for my tastes. But you said it's a young Blaufränkisch. I'm getting notes of black currant. The colour is dark, almost purple. But as...
Yes, the color enchants me every time. Almost like drinking from it.
Oh, I've never drunk ink. Would you recommend it?
My grandfather used to say, you won't know till you've tried it. He lived and died by that saying.
Uh-huh. What happened to him?
Well, the poor fella suffered from ulcers. So one day, true to his favorite saying, he tried drinking spirits to cure himself. Burn the canker, he said. Well, he burnt it so thoroughly, he was dead in a week.
To your grandfather and his contribution to advancing the knowledge of medicine.
If you've traveled so widely, tell me, and I don't mean what wealthy nobility think, but...
Chardonnay, definitely.
But that's the type of grape. I mean the type of...
Well, it's hard to come up with something off the top of my head.
Ah, well then, after all that quality stuff, let's refresh our...
Certainly. The better ones will go straight to our heads. And I'll admit, I do like it.
Nothing to be ashamed of. It's not easy to... Mine has an unusual ingredient in it. Let's see...
Very nice. I'd say it's mint.
Precisely. And there's a garden full of it right behind the tavern.
But it's missing some kick. I reckon your cook forgot to add something.
I'm hungry.
Ginger. It's missing ginger.
But of course. The cook told me they didn't have any at the market. You have a refined tongue. After that hypocras, we should have something more high class. I've got a rare Hungarian...
Bring it on.
My thoughts are... So what do you think? Good, isn't it?
Very strong. Matured in an oak barrel, undoubtedly. Colour is excellent as well. I have to admit, I haven't had much Hungarian wine, but maybe I should change that.
I drank this particular wine from Eger at a banquet held to celebrate the new city council. Hungarian government, Hungarian wine. I was so looking forward to enjoying some nice Hungarian sausage.
How so?
They started bringing out melons, apples, plum. I don't eat fish.
Service is kind of slow today.
Well, that's very unusual. Fruit, fish, and red wine. Maybe it...
I was so disappointed that I wanted to make myself something at home, but I was so drunk, the housekeeper woke me up. And what can I tell you? The porridge was charcoal. The kitchen was like a smokehouse. Well, that's Hungary checked off the list. What's next?
How about something local? I noticed there were vineyards in Kuttenberg.
But of course, we have vineyards and grapes from Burgundy that Emperor Charles himself had brought in. The local vintners grow some fine grapes, but they're still learning everything. The local stuff gets diluted a lot. They flavor it with all sorts.
Don't tell me you don't have a drop of anything local that would be worth trying.
Well, there's the monastery secret. A wine from the Sedlets monastery. My cousin Jerome is the custodian.
Why is it called secret?
Taste it, and you'll see.
Interesting. There's no trace of any flavour that shouldn't be there. Neither honey nor spices. Just the pure taste of wine. But there is something to it. Something I don't recognise.
That's it, good man.
Is that the secret?
Exactly. The monks add a secret ingredient to the wine.
A secret ingredient? How do you know that?
Like I said, my cousin Jerome is the custodian. Sometimes I bring food for the workers. New barrels, tools and the like. And from time to time, I bring them a sealed crate which smells peculiar. Jerome didn't want to tell me what's in it. But when I insisted, he told me it's some kind of incense they burn in the barrels.
Really? I've never heard of such a thing.
Neither have I. But like I said, the chest was sealed and the whole thing is...
A real monastery secret. What should we drink next?
I'm glad you like my wine. But that's enough tasting for today. After all, I've offered you everything worth trying, but you're welcome to stay in my tavern as long as you like. It's rare to meet someone who really understands wine.
I enjoyed your company a lot too. Nevertheless, I won't keep you, Goodman. And I'll bid you farewell.
Farewell. And if you decide to...
Definitely. God be with you.
City Council is organizing another collection for repairs to the fortifications.
Out of their bloody minds. They have two collections just like it already.
Road there. Right, road.
At your
tongue! Greetings. Do you need...
I spoke to Havel.
And? How did it go?
Good. I had to drink a bit of wine to get some answers out of him, but...
And what did he say?
It took a while. But in the end, he told me sometimes crates of a special incense are brought to the vineyard. And they apparently burn it in the barrels.
What? Incense? And he wasn't just yanking your pizzle or too drunk?
He may have been drunk, but he was telling the truth. He doesn't know what incense it is, just that they get it delivered.
Right, and here's a small reward so you don't go around saying old Casper's ungrateful. But now I need you to look into it further. We need to find out what this special incense is for. We'll have to take a look in the vineyard and take some of that incense.
We meaning me, right?
Of course I mean you.
I'll do it, but I want more coin. It's a risky thing to do. What's more, it's the monastery's vineyard, and I don't want to end up on the wrong side of the church.
All right, I'll give you more, but I want you to know you're bleeding me dry as is.
I'm the one likely to actually bleed. Now tell me where to look. The vineyard is pretty big.
It's big, true, but there's a vineyard house right in the middle. The custodian lives there, as well as the workers, and it's also where all the supplies are stored. Besides, there's also a side garden where they grow new varieties of grapes.
Where exactly is the vineyard?
A short way to the north of town. It's pretty large.
How do I get in? Isn't it guarded?
The simplest thing would be to get hired as a laborer.
What if they catch me?
You have to be careful. The vineyard is closely guarded, especially at night. And
I'm on it then.
good luck, and take care, Henry. By the way, what about the business with the Manlikas? Did you manage to get hold of the book by Bouchek?
Yes, Miss Adletter is sweet. And she even gave me back your book. Here it is.
Ah, thanks very much. I'll try to sell it and pay off at least some of my debts. Take care. A sweet red, a sparkling white, a taste that will caress your soul.
crate smells like sulfur. This could be it.
What do you think you're doing?
Hear tidings of what is happening in our city.
The best wine!
I'm back, and I've got the mysterious monastery incense. It looks like wood chips soaked in sulfur. It stinks a bit.
They were smoking barrels with this. Sulfur is the stink of hell, and this is a monastery vineyard.
Maybe there's another reason. The miners in Skalitz used to say where there's sulfur, it's easier to breathe. Healthier air.
But it stinks to high hell.
So do many noble delicacies, and they're still delicious.
I suppose you're right. I'll give it a try. I hope it doesn't make my wine reek. Here's your reward. I added a bit more, as we agreed.
I almost forgot. I have the seedlings.
Ah! I'm curious what they'll grow into. You've made me doubly happy, Henry. So, here's a little something on top for you.